Why do we need to set personal boundaries? Setting personal boundaries is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and protecting your emotional and mental well-being. Hi everyone, my name is Ziza. Welcome to today's episode on Who Am I Without Validation. Who Am I Without Validation is a series where I'll be documenting my personal development and how I'll be utilizing my own potentials, and I'll be sharing my experience and tips with you guys. During this documentation, I'll be identifying issues I would love to solve for myself and then sharing the tips with you guys with the hopes that it helps somebody that is somebody like me that doesn't know how to set personal boundaries to people that are around me. If you are a stranger or probably I just know you, definitely there's always my boundaries that you do not cross. But you see, these setting boundaries, why it applies to me is because I do not know how to set boundaries with people that are close to me. I'm just always chill about people are close. Like should be where we got a day together, those kind of things. Like things that they do that actually like affects me. I have to like sit down and suck it up. We're not doing that anymore. That's the purpose of all of this. We are not doing I've not been doing that, like I said, for the past 2 months that I started my personal development journey. To think that it's always those people that you give the privilege to, do anything to you because they are close to you are always the one that, always have you go gaga. So we are going to be setting boundaries, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys the tips to set your boundaries straight and not break them. Yeah, welcome. So the first tip is knowing my limit. Know your limit. The reason why this is how to set personal boundaries and not how to set boundaries. You see that personal is a major difference. So you have to like look within what your limits are, that part that they cannot cross, you know, those things that trigger you and be like, okay, you're not supposed to do this to me. Yeah, that part that you cannot cross, you have to know them. How you actually know your limits is reflecting on your value, your emotional trigger, and your comfort zone. That's how you know where people need to. So when you understand your limits, you also definitely know how to set clear ones. Another tip is communicating clearly. So this one is just like expressing how you actually feel about anything that has been done to you. So how do you communicate clearly? You tell them clearly that okay, I do not like what you did to me. That sounds cliche because in this Nigeria, they will test you. You have to be direct and use clear languages when you are communicating. So you have to tell them, I'm not comfortable with this, or I need some time alone. You have to be clear when you're talking about things like this. So that's how you communicate clearly. Another tip is that be assertive, not aggressive. You see me, I always lose my cool. When I say I don't like it, don't do this, don't do that. There are some goats that will just want to make you act out. So I actually have an issue with this be assertive, not aggressive. Because when I tell you I don't like it, the next thing I'll snap. Choi, are you whining me? Money more like this kind of thing. And energy. We are trying to we are trying to train ourselves well here to be assertive, not aggressive. Is that you have to remain calm and respectful, even though some people after being respectful they will still not answer you. Expressing your need without being confrontational or apologetic. You can also avoid over explaining things or trying to justify your boundaries. Don't justify shit. We are being assertive, okay, not aggressive. Don't justify shit, okay. And recognize when your boundaries are being crossed. This is another tip. For some reason, the reason why we don't even know how to set our boundaries is because we don't even know how to recognize them. To pay attention to the feeling of discomfort, any feeling that you get that is not feeling good or sitting right by you, your emotion, anything that has to do with you, that is your cue. That is how to recognize that okay, a boundary needs to be set in this area, in this zone, in this place. Another tip is that you have to set consequences and be prepared to do it. I think this is actually what makes my boundaries not be crossed. Because when you do something to me and I feel like okay, that's my limit. This one you don't cross it. If I tell you, okay, don't do this, this is what I'm going to do, and you do it, I'll do it. I will do it. I will do it. I will. do it. When you set those boundaries, definitely the goat in some people will make them think probably you're just joking, or you're not, or you're just bluffing, or probably you don't seem serious with it. How to make them know that you're actually serious with that boundaries that you set is to act upon it. So if your boundaries is consistently disrespected, you have to communicate the consequences to them. You have to let them know this is what is going to happen if you continue disrespecting my boundaries. Like I told you, I do not like this. If you continue doing this, you're actually going to see what a man can attack. So you have to communicate the consequences with them. We have come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. And my own potentials. Potentials.